If you have a fear of flying, do you also feel uncomfortable on motorways or in certain driving situations? Well, this is usually the case because the three main causes of a fear of flying are exactly the same as the three main causes of a fear of driving. First is claustrophobia. A lot of people don't realise that they feel uncomfortable in enclosed spaces, and then they get on a plane and feel uncomfortable and usually say things like, once the door's shut, that's when I start to panic. And the same with driving on motorways. Often people will be driving totally happily and then suddenly, without even realising, they clock that there are two cars or two lorries at the side of them, they suddenly feel enclosed and they develop a fear of driving. The second, and actually most common, is a fear of heights. So obviously if you're going up on a plane and your brain suddenly clicks that you're actually high up, that can start that fear response off, even if you don't realise that's why you're feeling fearful. Or when you're going through turbulence and you go through those sort of drops and your stomach feels that dropping feeling and it feels like falling, and that will also trigger off that fear of heights anxiety. In regards to motorway driving, again, the most common cause is driving on a motorway, being totally fine, and then your brain clocks that you are high up, usually on a motorway bridge, for example, and you start to feel fear, and you might not realise why you're feeling anxious, but that is the reason why. So again, fear of heights is biggest cause of motorway driving issues. And lastly, the third most common cause is copying someone else. So if you've been on a plane and witnessed a parent, for example, panicking, or driving in a car and seeing a parent panicking in that scenario, which again usually comes back to claustrophobia or a fear of heights. So your parent might have an issue in enclosed spaces or being up high, and that's the reason for their anxiety. But as a young person, you see your grown-up who you think knows everything about the world panicking in those circumstances, and therefore that tells you that you should also be fearful. If this is you, the key to overcoming your fear of flying and fear of driving on motorways is to understand, is it uncomfortabilities around heights? Is it uncomfortabilities in enclosed spaces? Or have you witnessed someone else panic in these circumstances? And once you then know what that cause is to deal with that. Because many people have unsuccessful therapy for a fear of flying or driving because they're working on the flying or the driving itself rather than working on the underlying cause, which is either a fear of heights or claustrophobia. So it's about working on the heights fear or the enclosed spaces fear, which in turn will then make you comfortable again on planes or driving on motorways.